Hello and welcome to The Open Road. I'm your host, Alex LaFreece. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow us on Facebook to begin an epic journey through the world of the automobile. I've got myself a 2012 BMW 328i, and it's a beautiful day here in the Palouse region of Washington State, so let's start with the convertible. Welcome to The Open Road. Before we discuss the current state of the convertible, let's take a look at its history and what makes chopping off the roof so special. Ironically, almost all early cars were what we would consider convertible, or at least they didn't have a top. From the Benz patent Motorwagen to this 1905 Rolls-Royce, roofs weren't really an option. Cadillac changed all that with the introduction of their Model 30 in 1910, which was the first mass-produced closed-body car in the United States. The power-operated hardtop convertible, like the BMW I'm driving now, was introduced by the French in 1934 with the exquisite Peugeot 601C Eclipse. The most famous hardtop convertible has to be the Ford Fairlane Skyliner, produced from 1957 to 59. The roof mechanism contained 3 drive motors, 8 circuit breakers, and 610 feet of electrical wire. By 1968, convertibles were all the rage, with the Big Three in Detroit producing 53 convertible models. But like everything else, the 70s in the United States were a terrible time for the convertible due to increased safety regulations and big hair. Seriously, historians think that played a real factor. Those years gave birth to the T-top and Targa top, which literally means shield in Italian. By 1976, Cadillac caused a buying bubble when they marketed the Eldorado as the last convertible in America, and were then sued in '84 when they brought it back. European automakers, however, kept topless driving alive with models such as the timeless Mercedes-Benz SL, Beetle Cabriolet, and iconic Jaguar E-Type. Convertibles continued to limp along through the 1980s until, in 1989, Mazda introduced a small 2-seater sports car called the Miata. 24 years and nearly 1 million cars later, it is, in my humble opinion, the most important convertible ever produced. It's cheap, looks good, and is loads of fun to drive. But for whatever reason, the Miata, or MX-5, has always been seen as a bit of a chick car, and it's made all other convertibles that have come after it seem a bit chicky too. The Porsche Cayman is seen as far more brawny than a Boxster. As a former Audi TT owner, my manhood was called into question more than a few times. I can't imagine the harassment I would have endured if I had owned the convertible. The reasons not to buy a convertible are numerous. This car doesn't feel nearly as good as a standard 328. It's heavier, it lifts more in corners, and the trunk space is not nearly as good. Also, if you hang on to one of these for long enough, the top will break, and it'll usually be in the 4-digit range to fix it. And while BMW has done a great job making this car look good, it still lacks behind its coupe brother in terms of aesthetics. Perhaps these are the reasons why convertible sales have dropped below 2% of total car sales in the US. You know what? On a day like today, I don't care about those things. A convertible like this makes you feel so special and is so much fun to drive that I'd be willing to live with the trade-off. As we end our drive, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about one final aspect of driving with your car's shirt off. You feel quite exposed. It sounds silly, but people can see everything inside your car. Where you got your coffee, what type of phone you're texting on, whether you're wearing pants or not. You really do have to be willing to say, this is me, this is my car, and I'm proud of it. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed our look at the convertible. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to receive all of our new videos. I'm your host, Alex LaFreece, and we'll see you next time on The Open Road.